I'm an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and tonight we have an incredible lady that is on our call. She is 29. She is in Southern California, married, and she's got 2 little babies. And her story is a little different because she was on the products for a while before she finally decided to get serious about the business. So anyway, I'm excited for you guys to hear because she is very inspiring, and I know that her journey and her struggles are going to encourage you guys. It's always great to hear about the success stories, but then at the same time, we sometimes think like, well, what am I doing wrong? You know, what can I do differently? And so Marian is going to share that tonight with you guys. And so anyway, I am excited. Let's see, spotlight video. So welcome, Marian.
Thank you, Stephanie, for having me.
Yeah,
so here.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't you start out by just sharing how you were introduced to Plexus and what got you started? Get a little bit of your health testimony.
Okay. So in high school, I had just tons of health issues. Anyone that went to high school with me or family friends that knew me. I had hormones were off. I had fatigue all the time. I had irritable bowel syndrome. I had candida overgrowth, which at the time I didn't know that's what it was. And because I was so sick, my hair was thinning, just things like that. I didn't sleep well. So anyways, fast forward years later, I started getting really into like eating healthy and working out and just trying to live a healthy lifestyle. But a lot of those issues still never fully resolved. So I tried everything. I tried tons of supplements. Even back in like 2003, I think I was taking about 30 vitamins a day. I was seeing a nutritionist. So I had tried a lot of different things and nothing just ever really helped. Eating healthy did help, but I still was fatigued all the time, and I just didn't feel well. I just knew I could feel better. I was like, I'm eating so healthy. I should be feeling better. I should be feeling like the best. So anyways, fast forward to last year, my sister, Rebecca, and my mom were taking Plexus, and I was super skeptical. I was like, oh my gosh, it's just like something else. You know, it's just one other thing. And so they started educating me on it and talking about how it helped with candida overgrowth, which is exactly what I had and I had been struggling with. And after I had my babies, I have 2 little babies. And after I had them, my system was just so weak that my candida overgrowth really was kind of started to take over. And so I was getting skin rashes every day. Like every single day, no matter what I ate, I was allergic to it. I was so desperate. I went to the doctor and had an allergy test me. I was allergic to everything, like every kind of food, every kind of plant. So that to me was telling me that I was having serious issues with candida overgrowth. So when my mom and Rebecca were having such success with it, I was like, you know what, I'm so willing to try this because I kind of feel like a troll because I'm getting skin rashes every day. And so I started out with the product in early 2015, and I was just floored with the results. My skin rashes literally started going away. I was able to eat things that I couldn't eat before that would make me break out in rashes. And so what I got out of it was way more than just skin rashes. So I got my hormones balanced. I got my energy back. You know, I'm a better wife, a better mom. And with my hormones all month long, it's really nice. Great for the whole family. And even my hair is getting thicker, which before it was always like when I go to the hairdresser, they'd say, oh, you know, your hair is thinner up top. Why is that? But, you know, I knew it just all had to do with my health. So just this last time when I went, she was telling me, oh my gosh, your hair is so much thicker on top. What are you doing? And I'm like, Plexus, you know? So I got so much more out of it than just skin rashes. So I didn't really tell anybody about it when I was taking it for months, which I really regret. I would definitely not recommend doing that. But I just kind of kept it to myself, and I didn't share right away. And like I said, I don't recommend that.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of the biggest things that I tell people, to not wait to post. Don't wait to share, because you never know who is really looking, and what blessings you could be stopping someone else from experiencing, So, okay, so what, you said it took you a while to share. What changed your mind that you were like, okay, I'm going to do this? What was that switch?
So, Sister Rebecca, she was really patient with me to kind of share the business side of it. And so she just, every now and then we kind of just talk about just the business of Plexus and what a great opportunity it is and all that kind of stuff. So I started listening to what she was telling me, and I really started to consider the business opportunity. I mean, I love the product, so why not? Why not share? And it's just like you were saying, Stephanie, why would I keep something from someone when they could benefit, So, but I just think the thing for me is just had fear of sharing. So Rebecca started talking to me about the business side of it, and I'm really glad she did. And I want to encourage you guys, if you guys have wholesale ambassadors, that's what I did. I signed up as a wholesale ambassador. I just wanted the products wholesale. So I would encourage you, if you have wholesale ambassadors, just give them little bits of the business side of it, because you never know. If Rebecca had never shared with me, I mean, where would I be now? You know what I mean? She'd be like withholding some amazing blessing with the business opportunity. So I really would encourage you guys to share just little tidbits here and there. You don't have to spew it on them.
Really quick, I know we're gonna have a question. What would you say about little tidbits that Rebecca was sharing with you? We're all looking for that magical, response. We don't hate to find that it's actually just hard work and persistence.
I know. Well, Rebecca's so good because my personality is very feisty and aggressive and just kind of upfront. Rebecca's really sweet. She would message me. That's another thing too. Always follow up. I can't get over that enough. Follow up with your people, your ambassadors, your customers, check on them. But Rebecca was really good about being really sweet and saying, "Hey, Marian, how are you doing? I've been thinking about you. How are you liking the product?" And then she would kind of share just a little bit "Oh yeah, I've been sharing on Facebook. I've been getting really great responses and things like that." So it was really just very, she was just putting it out there very delicately, just gently, just very sweet. And so then I would kind of ask "Oh, you're sharing? Really?" And then me curious, I'm like, "Well, are you making an income on it?" Because most other MLMs, I don't know anybody who really makes good money. I mean, maybe you do, but I don't.
No, I really
and so I was, yeah. So I was like, "Are you making money?" That was my question. She was like, "Yeah, I am." And then that really piqued interest. And then it just kind of left the conversation open. We'd chat, and then we'd talk a little bit more about the business side of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so you decided in December, correct? You finally were like, all right, let's do this. And so what did you do when you got started?
I educated myself like a mad woman. So I would encourage you guys not to be nervous if you don't know a whole lot about the products. You guys know what it's doing for you and your health. That was one thing I stuck with. I knew what Plexus was doing for me. I knew what my story was, what my testimony was. So I believed in the products. And I can tell you even more so now, there's nothing that could shake my belief in Plexus and what it can do for people. So I knew what the product did for me, and I started educating myself just originally on the triplex. So don't get overwhelmed. I think it was Melissa Eichenhorst who was saying, earn while learn. Don't wait like I did to share. So just start sharing and start learning. And it does stretch you, because when you do post on Facebook and people ask you questions, then you have to research it. So it's good. It's actually really good for you.
Yeah.
I learned so much just by other people asking me questions.
Yeah.
So anyways, I think I went off on a tangent. We always do.
It's always
so your question so your question was, what did I do when
what was your first
decided What was my what?
What was the very first thing? Like, did you post on Facebook? Did you start messaging people?
I posted on Facebook. I did a post on Facebook, and I basically came out of my like plexus closet, and I just had to get over that fear. And so I started posting, and people just started asking me questions. And like I said, if I didn't know the answer, I would find it, or I would ask my upline. Mm-hmm. And I was just consistent. I decided in December, once I knew the opportunity that Plexus had, you guys, it's a crazy opportunity. So once I realized the opportunity that it had, I love the product anyway, so I might as well share it and earn. I went all in. So I decided, I was like, I'm doing this 100%. I'm not going to dabble in it. I'm not going to, post 1 week and not post another week, or wait a few weeks and post again. Or I was like all in. I had the vision. So as soon as I posted, I just hit the ground running. I was like all about it. So I shared on Facebook. I shared with my close friends, especially my close friends that I knew I could trust, where they knew I wasn't trying to like pitch some weird business thing on them, where they knew me well enough. Kind of my inner circle to talk about how great the product was and the business side of it. And so that's kind of how things got started for me and what worked for me.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I just see consistent themes here. It's like, post on Facebook, just do it, Do it. If you haven't done it yet, it doesn't have to be big and scary. So just kind of what was your first post about? What did you say? I know people always ask that. What should I say? This is my first time. What did you say? A little bit.
I would say just tell your story. Just be really honest and open. These people, they want honesty. People don't want that like big phony veneer. They want to know what the real issues you were struggling with. And some people don't have crazy health issues when they come to Plexus, but they do notice things at their health. They have more energy. So I would just say be honest. Be totally open and honest with what you're struggling with, because people really relate to that. You would be shocked. Mm-hmm. So there's just that kind of that factor of just feeling like they can connect with you, because a lot of people are struggling with health issues. Maybe they're too embarrassed to say what they're struggling with. So if you're open and honest, then they can feel comfortable enough to come to you and, hey, like, people always tell me, is this too TMI? I'm like, no.
I know. I've had people say that too. It's like, well, I'm just, sharing my whole story with someone I don't really need to. And it's like, no, you should. That helps me understand where you're at. And if I know someone that I could say, hey, so-and-so did they experience the same exact thing, So having that vulnerability and being genuine, oh my goodness, you're going to see such huge responses when you have that you're scared, you're vulnerable to actually post about something that you've been struggling with, that you're going to be amazed. Right. And they may not even comment, but they may message you and be like, okay, I've been dealing with this for so ever long, so that is awesome. Okay. So you said that you did your first post, you started in December. What was that date? December 13th, I think you'd said?
I think it was December 13th. Yeah.
Okay. So December 13th, you said, I'm doing the business. And then you went silver when?
I think I went silver. I can't remember. I think I went silver for sure in the first week.
Okay.
It really quick. It was in the first week, and I think I went silver in like a day.
Okay.
It was like at the end of the week.
I remember Amy telling me like, oh my goodness, you should see Marian. She's beautiful. She's like one of those California girls and all this and that. And so it's been so exciting to see you come this far. And so then you double ranked, actually, gold and senior gold in February, correct? Mm-hmm. And this month you are going for ruby. You are going to be ruby. Yeah.
I will be ruby.
Yeah. So that is incredible. From December to April, that's what, 4 or 5 months that you said, I'm going to go all in. I'm not, halfway. We're going 200% here. Mm-hmm. Now everybody hears that and they're like, that's so incredible. But what are some struggles? Because we all have them, and hearing people's battles too, that they have overcome, that is almost even more encouraging sometimes than hearing how well they've done. So what is something what was your biggest struggle, your setback that you have overcome with this business?
I would say it's the mental state, because we all want to be liked. We're humans, so it's that human nature. We want to be liked. We're afraid of what people are going to think of us. So for me, it was just kind of that fear. It's like that fear of what people are going to think. So there was one quote, I don't remember who it was, someone in Plexus, where they were saying, be willing to lose the esteem of ignorant people. So that's kind of what I had to do. And so I had to get over that fear of what people were going to think. And I had to get over those self-doubts in my mind, because we all do it. You know, we all tell ourselves like horrible things, you know, oh, we're never going to succeed. We can't do it. People are going to think we're crazy. So you want to stay positive and yourself, no, you can do it. And that's going to get you so much farther than being negative, because no matter how successful anyone is, they're going to have setbacks, and they're not always going to tell themselves the nicest things. You know what I mean? But I just made a point to try to stay really positive. And that's another thing too. If you aren't staying positive, if you have a team, if you have ambassadors, they're going to sense that. They're going to be able to tell that and I'm not saying you have to be perfect, you know, it's like we are human, but you really, I'm telling you guys, positivity gets you so far in this. So you have to stay upbeat and stay positive for your team, not only for yourself, but for your team, and just pushing forward. I had setbacks. I had plenty of setbacks, but I was so determined. I knew what I wanted to do, and I was so determined that like I said, I was willing to lose the esteem of ignorant people, because at the end of the day, these are my dreams. They're not anybody else's dreams. They're not my friends' dreams. They're not, outside family's dreams. This is my dream. I can't let them dictate what I'm going to do. I'm not going to let any naysayers hold me back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to just stay positive and to just keep going forward, and to not really be concerned what other people think, because not everybody's going to get it, and that's totally okay. But I just got to a place in my life where I'd held myself back from so many things, because I told myself I couldn't do it, or I was afraid of what people thought. You know, you want everyone to like you, and you want to please everyone. But I just hit a point, and I think that was really huge for me in December when I decided I was going to do the business, is I kind of made like a pact with myself, and I just said, you know what, I'm all in. I am all in, and I really don't, it's okay. Like, I'm not going to be afraid, you know?
Yeah, that is so awesome. So, you know, making that pact with yourself, you kind of drew your line in the sand from day one. From day one, it wasn't, I'm in this 2-3 months posting every now and then. You know, this is my dream. I'm going to make it happen. It doesn't matter how many people tell me no, because I mean, it almost always happens. They come back around later on and they're like, okay, you know, I want to hear more about this, or I'm ready to jump on the bandwagon, whatever it is. No, it doesn't necessarily mean no, it's just not right now, you know, but not letting that set you back, not letting that stop you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you said, just drawing the line in the sand. And so also, I just wanted to try to be like the best leader I could be for my people. So even though, you know, I had hardships, like I said, just staying positive and not letting any setbacks kind of draw me back, just keep going and keep submerging myself in Plexus culture. I think that's a really, really big one, especially when you're starting out, because a lot of times it can feel really lonely in the beginning if you don't really have a team yet and you're like the only one. I mean, you have your upline and they're super supportive, and that's awesome. But you don't really have your own team yet. So it can feel kind of lonely. Like you're, you know, starting out and doing this whole big thing by yourself, even though it's super exciting. So I just wanted to be positive and just submerge myself in the Plexus culture. So I started friend requesting like sideline teammates. So that you can feel like this sense of community. And that's what I love, like about the the Plexus like Facebook pages that we have that you guys have made that are awesome. But just immersing yourself in the culture and commenting. Like I tell people, if you're gonna start posting on Facebook, for one, be consistent because people want to see that you're passionate. If you're just post every now and then, people don't want to follow people that aren't passionate. I don't want to follow somebody that's not passionate. Mm-hmm. So if somebody is continually posting, and yes, putting personal posts in, that's really important. But if they're posting and they're passionate, then you're going to be drawn to it because people want to be inspired. People don't need to be motivated. They just want to be inspired. So if you're inspiring and you're passionate about something, people, they want to follow. And so I tell people, be consistent and be passionate about this. And I think another thing is a lot of people don't realize what incredible products they have in their hands. And once they realize that, then the sky's the limit because the products are so unique and so incredible.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Marian. I am so excited to continue to watch your journey. What is your big goal for the end of the year? I'm just curious. What is your big goal? I would love to hit unload. Yep. That's awesome.
Is that what you mean as far as my goal?
The most exciting about Ruby, I mean, like that, honestly, I hit Sapphire a week or two ago, and I was more excited to hit Ruby than I was Emerald or Sapphire. I mean, that was just like the big one. It was like, you're a gem. You are really, truly doing this, you know?
Yeah. It's so crazy. It's so cool. And I really would encourage you guys to take this opportunity and just run with it. Yeah. Plexus is an incredible company. It's an amazing product. The compensation plan is second to none. And I honestly have no superpowers. Just decided that I wanted to do it and I was all in. And I really encourage you guys to just keep the faith wherever you're at. Everybody's journey looks different. So I don't miss out on the opportunity is what I tell people. So like I said, I have no superpowers. I just believe in it.
Yeah. That is awesome. That is awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Oh my goodness. I know a lot of people are getting so much out of this. People taking notes. So I want to finish off by just piggybacking a little bit on what Marian talked about. And it flows perfectly because, you know, we were talking a little bit today. I was like, oh my goodness, that's great. You know, what her struggles were and what I plan on talking about tonight. And that is your attitude. Attitude is a little extra and then some that is going to give you that edge over other people that don't have the right mindset, the right thinking. And with Marian, you know, she just decided like, I'm going to do this. That is a mindset, that commitment, that determination, that is an attitude. She didn't go into it with a wishy-washy, well, we'll see, you know, I might tell a few people, but if nobody's interested, I'm not going to do this. No, it was all in from the very beginning. So I want you to think of a friend or relative of yours that you love being around them. You really admire them. And what is it that you admire most about them? Is it their looks? Is it their skills? Is it that they are just so fun to be around? You can't be, you know, depressed. They always have a joke or a smile, something nice to say. Is it their attitude? And 9 times out of 10, what really attracts people is their attitude. You don't even have to say a word. And your attitude is going to speak louder than anything you say. Your facial expression, you don't have to be saying, I am positive and happy. But if you have this nasty expression on your face, people are going to be like, yeah, she's lying. You know, so what is your attitude? That is going to show forth in your face. So reflect on your attitude tonight. I want you guys to think about this. Reflect on your attitude. You know, you could have listened to Tamara's testimony like, well, yeah, you know, she started in December. She already had a great testimony when she started, you know, talking to people. And of course, you know, everybody wants to listen to her because she already had a testimony. But you know what? There's people that start that have no testimony and they just share honestly and they're like, look, I'm new to this. I'm really excited to see what it does. You know, it depends on your passion. It depends on your mentality. And like she said, people want to be inspired. So what is your attitude? Reflect on that. That determines how you handle your feelings. So instead of being depressed or upset or jealous of someone else's journey, you need to reflect on yourself and see, okay, what can I change about me, about my attitude? We see what we're prepared to see. Okay, so here's an example. There was a study done at a school in San Francisco area. And so the principal went to, it was a double-blind test. The principal went to 3 of the teachers and said, you know, we want to do this study for the next year. You are 3 of our top people in the school, and we are going to give you 90 students that have a very high IQ. We want to see what this one-on-one training with them will do through the next year. So the year comes and goes, you know, these students, this high IQ students, they, you know, have their 20% to 30% above all of the other students at the school. And so the principal then comes to the teachers and is like, okay, I've got a confession to make. Those were not the top 90 high IQ students in the school. They were just average students. They got chosen to do this, you know, randomly. And the teachers were like, well, you know, it's because we were so great. And the principal's like, okay, not true there either. You were just the first 3 people that got picked from a hat. But putting that mindset in them that you are the best, and these students, you guys are the top, you know, of intelligence, IQ in this school, it made a huge, huge difference, you know, and the difference was their expectations. And your expectations have a great deal to do with your attitude. So they can be false expectations. You know, they thought these students were the top, but those expectations made them feel like, I've got the best, we're going to do this, it's going to be awesome. And those expectations, they determine your attitude. So what is your attitude, you know? Anyway, so how do you handle your feelings? You know, a lot of people, they get upset or they get depressed or emotional, and then they're like, you know, this is just, you're seeing the worst of me. And it's kind of like, well, if you want to be really truthful here, that's the real you. You're just so upset or distraught right now that you are not covering it with a facade. Like when you're under pressure, the real you is going to come out. And that real you, that is your true attitude about things. That's your true attitude. You know, you can look at different things that's been happening in Plexus. You know, we had our back office changeover and it was really rough at first, and it's getting better and it will continue to get better. But instead of complaining about it, just look at the positive side. Be thankful for it that they're doing this now while our company is still smaller, because we're going to do nothing except grow more and more and more. You know, they're looking for the future, that eye for the future, to change things and better as much as they possibly can. Compliance, you know, how we can post, what we can and cannot say. Yeah, you could complain and whine, but why? You can't change it. You know, compliance is there as our friend to protect us. So changing that attitude, instead of, man, I can't say this, I can't do my testimony like I wanted to, I can't post this or that and this or that, you need to stop. You just need to stop, because they are our friends. Change that attitude, as they are there to protect us. They are there to give us that safety, that this is what you can say, this is how you can share, and we are doing this for the very best, for the betterment of our ambassadors for our company. So it is improbable that a person with a bad attitude can continuously be a success. If you just continue to have this nasty demeanor, this nasty attitude, you're not changing your thinking, you're really going to have a hard, tough battle ahead of you. So work on changing that. Do some self-reflecting, look at yourself, and be honest with you and see, okay, what can I change? I want to be a success at this. I am going to commit 100%. What do I need to change to get to that spot? There's a story about a man. He was walking through Hong Kong, and in the shop there was the tattoo parlor, and a man there. He had all the different things that he could put on your skin, and one of them was, it said born to lose. And so the guy went in the shop. He's like, does someone really actually ask for that? And the gentleman there, he said, before it's on your skin, it's on your mind. So before you even think, like, I mean, really, who wants to put born to lose? I mean, come on, really? But before you actually think about doing it, it's already, before you want to do it on here, it's already in here. So you have to change that mentality. I can do this. I am a winner. You know, and positive affirmations. There are so many studies that your thinking affects your health. It really, really does. So, you know, I'm not going to go into that on this time, but anyway, there's a lot of great information. So we are responsible for our attitude. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. And the leader, the true person with the right attitude, adjusts the sails. You know, the other day, it was the end of March. We're going into spring up here in Alaska, and we literally got dumped on. We got over a foot of snow. And you should have heard the whining and complaining and negativity. And I was like, look, guys, you can't stop it from snowing, you know? So why not just go out there and enjoy the snow? Go sledding. Take your kids outside. Make a snowman. You want to build a snowman? So, you know, the pessimist complains about the snow. The optimist expects it to stop, you know, expects it to change. But the leader, enjoy it. It was gone in 2 days. And everybody knew that was going to happen, you know. But that mindset, that attitude. As a leader, your attitude is going to affect your team. If I had gotten on here tonight just like, hey, guys, thanks for showing up. You know, there's 1,500 people on my team, but only 20 of you ever make it on here. Yeah, Mary, you know, she's pretty good. No, why would you want to even be part of that? I am so thrilled for every single one of you that takes time to be on here, because I know what a commitment it is. I know we have kids, we have lives, we've had work. Taking the time to be on here, having that excitement, having that wanting to learn, your attitude makes a big difference. My attitude towards how I respond to you guys, I mean, it plays a big part. Mare, how she responds to her team. You know, if she's all down and depressed, how do you think that's going to affect them? What are they going to feel like? What are they going to think about this company, about these products? So your attitude affects more than just you. And you need to realize that people catch our attitudes like they catch a cold, by them being in close contact, whether it's on Facebook, social media, you're calling them, you're on Zooms, or whether you're actually in person. So remember that. So how to help change your attitude? You need to read, watch motivational books or videos. There is so much great stuff online. Be continually growing yourself. That is going to be huge. Your team can only grow as much as you can. You know, there's going to be a point in time where it's like you really have got to do something about you. And you may come to a halt, a stopping point, until you realize that, okay, I need to look at myself. I need to do some personal in-depth looking here and see what I can do to help benefit everyone else on my team. So looking out, look at other people. What can I do to help them? How can I be a better person to help them? You know, your attitude does not run on automatic. You're going to have to continually inspire, motivate. You know, we all have days where you're stressed. We all have days where things happen. So the 6 stages of attitude change, and I'm going to be reading a little bit here in my notes. 6 stages. So number 1, you need to identify your problem feelings. Okay. This is the earliest stage of awareness. It's the easiest to talk about. It's easiest to declare. Well, I feel this way and this and that. Identify those feelings, whatever they are. Number 2, identify problem behavior. Okay. So this is starting to dig a little bit. What is triggering these wrong feelings? and write down actions that you do or that people do, maybe to you, that result in these negative feelings. So you're really trying to start doing some little like personal growth, personal coaching here to find out, why do I feel this way? So identify your problem feelings, identify the problem behavior, and then number 3, identify problem thinking. Okay. William James said that which holds our attention determines our action. Number 4, identify right thinking. So we've gone through, we've seen what is wrong. Now we need to start putting the positive in. Identify right thinking. Write on paper the thinking that is right and what you desire. If you're always telling yourself, nobody's interested, I can't get ambassadors to sign, nobody wants to hear, they say it's expensive, that is going to portray, that is going to come across when you're talking to people. You are not going to have the confidence, you are not going to have the posture when you're talking to someone, when you're always having this continual loop thinking these things to yourself. So write down the positive thinking. These are positive affirmations. I have confidence when I share with people because I know what these products can do. This is not expensive. It is a very awesome price for what it does for people. Your health, you have there is no price limit that you can put on your health. And people realize that usually after they've lost it. So try to educate people now, change it now. But whatever, I'm digressing, whatever your thought is, I've never been good at anything. I've failed, what are they going to think when they see me? I'm not a success. You need to change that. Write out what you want to be there, what you want to happen in your life. Because your feelings become your thoughts, and you can control your feelings by changing one thing, your thoughts. So getting down to the whole base of this, change your thoughts. That is going to change your attitude. Okay, so that was number 4. Number 5, make a public commitment to right thinking, whether that's on the team page, whether it's on your Facebook page, whether you're telling your spouse and your family. But public commitment, you're holding yourself accountable and you're telling others to hold yourself accountable. And it becomes a powerful commitment instead of just you thinking it internally. Number 6, develop a plan for right thinking. This plan should include a written definition of desired right thinking. So what is it that you want to change? What do you want to see happening in your life? A way to measure progress, daily measuring of progress, that's daily affirmations, or, at the end of the day thinking, how did I feel today? Did I have a negative thought? But then I was like, no, cancel that. I'm going to replace it with this. I'm going to replace it with something positive. You need to have a person who you're accountable to, because someone else is going to see how you're doing way more easier than you will be honest with yourself. I'm not sure if that whole thing made sense, but someone else is going to hold you accountable and they'll be more honest with you than you will be with yourself. Have some self-help materials. Again, that's that motivation. That's that inspiration. Videos, audios. There are so many great books, audiobooks on YouTube that you can just put on while you're cleaning the house, while you're driving somewhere, feeding your mind with that positivity. And associate with the right thinking people. And as you start doing this, you're going to realize that there are some people in your life that are not benefiting you at all. You're around them, you feel drained, they do nothing to inspire you, to encourage you, and you may not necessarily be able to totally cut them out of your life. You can always still be pleasant and nice and try to be positive when you're around them and let them know, look, I am really purposing to be positive because I don't like the direction that my life is heading right now. But you may have to limit your time around them. So, think of that. Here's another quote. Dennis Waitley says that the winners in life think constantly in terms of I can, I will, I am. Losers, on the other hand, concentrate their waking thoughts on what they should have done or what they didn't do. Now, this is not to say that you can't reflect on the past and see things that have happened, but don't let your past determine your future. well, I was just born on the wrong side of the tracks, or I didn't have the same opportunity that so-and-so did, or I don't have the same group of friends, the same social network. Whatever it is, that's your past. You can change that. You're not a tree. You can move. You can do different things to get you where you're wanting to go. And one of that is huge. That's your mindset, changing that, changing your thinking. So as you begin changing your thinking, start immediately to change your behavior. And this is huge, okay? Begin to act the part of the person you would like to become. Take action on the behavior you admire by making it your behavior. Too many people, they want to feel it first before they take action, and that doesn't work. You know, you may not feel like exercising, but do it anyway. Once you get into it, you're going to feel better. You're going to be like, I'm so glad I did this. You may not feel like being positive, but saying, I am positive. This is going to be an amazing day. I'm alive. I am healthy. My family is well. I'm going to be organized and successful and get everything done today. Instead of, oh my gosh, I want to go back to bed. Is it 10 a.m. already? I haven't done anything. There's a totally different mindset there. So change that. Act your way into feeling. Last thing, and I'm done. What destiny are you creating for yourself? What destiny are you creating every single day? Today is a end result of what you have been thinking the day before and the day before that. And all these years, this is leading up to where you are now. You can change that. You can make your future something different. So what destiny are you creating? Be careful of your thoughts, for your thoughts become your words. Be careful of your words, for your words become your action. Be careful of your actions, for they become your habits. Be careful of your habits, for your habits become your character. Be careful of your character, for your character becomes your destiny. And this all leads back to your thoughts. Change your thoughts, change your attitude. You're going to change your actions, then your character, because you're changing your habits. And your character is going to change your destiny. So I hope you guys got something from this today. Thank you again for taking time to come listen. Every time you're on here, you are supporting Marian. You're supporting me. You're supporting whoever is talking. And, you know, we invest time and study and training and practicing into this. So we really appreciate you showing up. And I hope that this is something that you can, you know, go forward from today. Look at yourself. Look at your attitude. What can you change? Make that commitment to, I'm going to do this no matter what, no matter how many people tell me no, because this is my dream. They don't have to understand it. It's worth it. This is for me. So thank you again for coming. And I hope you guys have an amazing evening. So I'll unmute everyone. And see you later. Bye.